Hello, everyone. This is the Easy Allies podcast. I'm your moderator, Kyle Bossman, and joining us this week, Bradley Ellis,
Seto Kaiba,
Michael Damiani,
hi,
and Brandon Jones.
Woohoo!
Yeah, woohoo! Bradley Ellis, what is your goal this week?
My goal is to not swear.
Oh,
Whoa.
wow. Okay,
Do it for the product.
sure.
Can I do a buzzer on it?
Yeah, sure.
Can I ring the bell?
Ring the bell.
Nice.
What do you mean, ring the bell?
Just let them know when it happens. You know?
Oh, sure.
You did it.
Can we bait you into it?
No.
No.
Okay.
Gotcha.
Michael Damiani, what is your
Could
goal
be a
this week?
theme going on here for the last two. My goal is to not finish my drink.
Ooh.
Not finish your
Not
drink?
finish it.
Finish your drink.
No.
Okay, Brandon
Hold
Jones.
back. My goal is
Yes.
to not eat this delicious candy corn that will be sitting in front of me on this desk the entire podcast.
I want to do...
Oh, look, it stands straight up.
Jones, I want to do a fun fact.
Uh-huh.
Because it turns out this was your goal last week.
Yes.
And I shouted over your goal last week.
Right.
That's what he does.
And so if you go back and watch the video of last week's podcast, you'll see Jones eat the candy that's on the desk.
No, I think I
Because-
ate it beforehand. I ate it before we started
okay.
recording.
Got it.
Yeah.
Okay. So right now there is a little piece of candy corn upright on the table. Jones is going to
Just
attempt.
begging me, just staring at me like,
It's going to flop over at some
one
point.
little candy corn.
Yeah. Jones, it's early for candy corn.
early what? Early in the year?
Early in the
There's
year.
No.
That is strictly an October candy.
No.
Kyle Bossman
Oh.
knows.
It fell over.
Kyle, that's
Yeah.
never candy.
I saw somebody.
never-
I saw somebody
Never.
tweeted the other day. They're
Yeah.
like, October is Halloween. September is Halloween Eve. I'm like, yes, I love that.
Yeah, I like that too.
That's fantastic.
My goal is no improv.
Okay.
Oh,
No
Well,
improv.
okay.
We're done.
Like,
Everything
how
will be
could we
scripted
ever
tonight.
figure that
Yeah.
out?
Well, no, I
that
have
was
a-
improv right there.
I'll show
so-
you, like, if you ever question anything that was that improv, I'll show it to you on this rundown.
Okay, good,
Okay,
good.
great. Let us start corrections. Begin corrections, music, please, Brandon Jones. DMCA, Digital Millennium Copyright Act. I mixed up the letters last week.
What did you say?
DCMA.
Good job. That's like the DeLorean logo.
The question had a DCMA, and you can see me look down and check it a few times while we're having that conversation. That's on me though. I gotta know that. And also, I thought it would be digital media, so now we know it's a Digital Millennium Copyright Act.
Yeah, it's a dumb name.
That game company confirmed that Sky is coming to other platforms, but did not confirm which. Just that it's first to those Apple platforms. In 2015, when Google became Alphabet, it changed its motto from "Don't be evil" to "Do the right thing."
Which in some cases might be evil, apparently. Like,
Yeah, the motto
they-
is now "Do the right thing."
They clearly had some evil moments, and we're like, well, you know, you just need to do the right thing in every situation.
Ow.
The PlayStation 3 version of Okami HD is not technically 4K, so we gotta stop repeating that.
The
Okay.
PlayStation 3 version?
Yeah. I remember it. I just remember that fact being touted too many times.
The PlayStation 3 version.
Yeah, it's because there's 4 times anti-aliasing or something like that. So it is kind of super sampling, but it's not technically 4K.
4X.
Yeah.
Not 4K.
Yeah. Many clone troopers managed not to abide by Order 66.
Yeah.
Some of
and
them were
Rebels.
able to fight the chip. What, you got one, Brad?
I'm trying to remember their names. They're all stupid because they're just
Cody.
clones.
Was it
yeah,
Cody
Cody's
one?
like Cody
Oh,
or
it's all
something.
his friends. Yeah, fives and
Fives.
stuff for like.
Fives. Follow me.
Yeah, Cody.
Cody.
They're all in Galaxy Heroes, baby.
End correction music, please. Wow, so they were able to fight the chip.
God.
Cody.
I just got so mad thinking about all this.
Brad, I went deep into Sifo-Dyas last week.
You did?
Yeah.
Oh, man.
I know a lot about him
The
right now.
jig's up.
The jig is up. We have an update on our PewDiePie story last week. PewDiePie took down the Firewatch videos. Hope that's just the end of that story.
Okay.
All right, please be the end.
Hold on. Give me a Sifo-Dyas tidbit.
Oh, jeez.
Give me a tidbit.
Well, here's one that I got. We can actually add a correction onto it. I got this wrong. What's the name of Dooku? He's Darth something. Darth.
Tyrannus.
Thank you, John.
Darth Tyrannus, yeah.
He's the one who actually ordered the Pikes to shoot down Sifo-Dyas' ship.
Oh.
Yeah. It's yeah. You don't get to see a lot of Darth Tyrannus. You know, I'd like to see him at his height, at his
Because
peak.
he's like barely, he's like barely in it.
Yeah, and he used to be a Jedi.
Kill him, do it. And like, that's it.
Yeah, oh no. Yeah.
Oh, Palpatine.
And the actor's so cool, too.
Yeah.
Oh, come on.
You got Dracula. You got
Names?
Sauron.
Anybody?
Christopher Lee.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Come on, dude.
And he fought in World War II.
Yeah.
Yeah, come on.
He had released a metal record too.
Yeah. And then George Lucas is like, I'm just going to kill him in a couple of seconds. Like,
Yeah.
oh, George, I don't know about that.
Just get on your knees right there and
This part, his name of this scene is the end of Darth Vader. Oh, man. Oh,
Anakin's
man.
gonna kill you. To be complete.
To be complete. Y'all remember my favorite way to start a podcast?
Game announcement.
What if this was the week of Tokyo Game Show?
What?
What if I had multiple game announcements?
Tokyo
No.
Game Announcement Show.
Yes. Yes. And so, because we had Sony's press conference this week, we get to play a little game called Rank.
Oh, jeez.
The Significance.
Oh man.
Here we go.
I have.
I feel I'm kind of prepared for this, actually.
Why?
Sometimes when we played this game, I missed the conference or I missed the announcement of the game.
So you kind of got to go off the names.
Well,
You're like,
like,
that one
I've-
seems more
yeah.
significant.
Like,
Yeah,
I remember
yeah.
how I felt when each of these got announced. So,
Yeah.
okay.
Here we go. We have 8 games. We have to
Wow.
rank the significance of these 8 games. Let's kick it off with Ark Park. This is a VR version of Ark Survival Evolved.
Oh.
Hard to really know what it is, you know? Like,
It is.
Very low for me.
I think
Yeah.
it's just low based on we don't even know how it plays. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, I'm just
Yeah.
not interested
got-
in Ark at all, anyways.
We got hints in a CG trailer that did not seem gameplay honest because of VR. It is coming to Vive and Rift as well as PSVR, and that is coming in 2017. So people will be playing
this
Ark
year.
Park
Wow.
by the end of this year. Yeah,
Interesting.
yeah. We're gonna go through these. We'll rank them.
I was like, no one else is ranking?
No. We'll get through them later after we've gone through everything.
Oh, sorry. Spoilers.
Let's do all the VR announcements right now, actually, because we also have Gungrave VR. Mm-hmm. Now, Gungrave, I think there was a PS2 game based
Yes.
off Gungrave, but apparently it's more popular as an anime. And this is a VR game in which you're doing some third-person action stuff, and you're also in first-person shooting targets.
I think the third person stuff might be conditional. So like it looked like there was one point where the boss like smacked him out of the arena or knocked him up in the air, and so you were looking at your character as you were not controlling him. Maybe some like finishing moves
Sure.
that kind of pulls you out of the perspective.
The kind of
so you
stuff
see
that
it.
would suck to do in first person.
Yeah.
It'd be too...
yeah,
Like him
peek
spinning
everywhere.
around or something. You don't want to like suddenly do 8 360s.
Sure. I mean, I realize going back to Ark Park, we should try to explain it because it sounds really cool right now. Just, a dinosaur park VR game? Heck yeah.
Yeah, it seems less of the theme park.
Yeah.
If I was to put my money on the table, I would
Yeah.
say it's just you're standing here, dinosaurs are running at you, you got to kill them all.
It looked like
'Cause
it. It
and a
looked
lot
like-
of the advertising for Ark, they definitely play up like you're on a raptor, like you're on a flying dinosaur, you're on a T-Rex.
Yeah.
This was just like Gatling guns, like assault rifles.
Yeah.
Which like the
Defend the
machine
base.
gun thing is not
Yeah,
a big,
you're
not
gonna
the
be
first thing I
stationary.
think of when I think of Ark. So
Yeah. Yeah, we saw, I guess it was some sort of like uploading device shooting a blue beam into the sky. It's like, defend it. And like,
Yeah.
that's what, okay.
Interesting game for TGS.
Yeah, it is actually. They, in Sony's presentation, they spent a lot of time on PSVR.
yeah.
They spent a big chunk on PSVR games.
Yeah.
Let's keep doing it. We had another VR game announcement, Neko Atsume VR. And as Brad explained to me, Neko means cat.
Yep.
I don't know what
think-
Atsume means.
I think.
John or Damiani giggling about this.
Cat time.
Yeah, this is Cat Time. It's a cat collection game.
Yeah.
There's a mobile game that's pretty popular by the same name.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously missing the VR, where you just collect cats, you feed them, you take care of them.
Mm-hmm.
That's pretty much. There was no gameplay.
No
shown of
gameplay.
this,
You can
no
see a little
trailer of this.
cartoon cat in the background, so these
Yeah.
are not like realistic looking cats.
We can just expect to collect cats, cartoon cats with cute little faces in virtual reality.
Yeah.
There you go.
Neko is cat.
Thank you, Damiani.
100% cat.
Thank you for that confirmation. Zone of the Enders 2 VR.
The
Crazy.
most surprising
Yeah.
announcement
Yes.
of the evening.
Ooh, you're gonna say this is the most surprising announcement of the evening.
Yes, of the
Why?
VR announcements.
Oh, VR. Great.
announcements.
Yes, yeah, absolutely. So what this is, before we get into why it's surprising, this is a 4K version of Zone of the Enders 2 coming to PlayStation 4 and PC 2 eventually, spring of 2018. It's a while out. But you can play through the entire game in VR, and this is why it's part of this presentation. Damiani, why is that surprising? Everybody loves Zone of the Enders. Obviously, this is coming.
No, I mean, yeah, that's not the surprising part. The surprising part, it's Konami and it's Zone of the Enders.
Why? Konami's a big video game publisher.
Well,
What's surprising about them putting out a game?
But aside from soccer games and Yu-Gi-Oh, they don't really make games anymore.
What?
They just take all their games and turn them into pachinko.
That's a game.
That's a game.
Pachinko games.
Yeah,
There
and
you
so
go.
it's-
Not video games, pachinko games.
It is cool to see Konami recognizing the value of Zone of the Enders.
Also, it's a series that was also helmed by Kojima.
Oh yeah, what's he doing these days?
Not working on Zone of the Enders anymore.
Oh okay, he must still be at
Waving
Konami,
that
right?
Konami banner
No,
high.
still not at Konami either.
No,
Yeah.
he's at Nintendo now.
Oh okay,
Yeah, he's working on Smash Brothers.
That's what I deserve. I deserve that. Yeah, I mean that is notable. It is another one of Kojima's games that it's just being ported straight up. Here it is. He's a producer on it. We should say he wasn't director of that. But
Yeah. But I guess the not surprising thing is they want to leverage these games that they can't make any more of without possible, either without Kojima or the old team, or they just don't want to touch that. It's like something that's too much backlash will come if they try and make like let Metal Gear Survive. Like what's going on with
they're
that?
not scared of that.
Oh.
They're not scared of Zone of the Enders.
Where's
fans
Metal Gear
having
Survive?
backlash.
Where is it again? What's the status on that game?
I played it at E3. It
Yeah,
exists.
it exists.
It's
but
real.
Like, where's all these delays? What's going on with it?
There's not delays. They've been very unspecific about their release date. It's coming.
It's taking a while for Metal Gear Survive. Taking longer than a Metal Gear Solid game to come out.
Oh, is it? Is it taking longer than Metal Gear Solid 5
We'll
took
see
to
when it
come
comes out.
It's going. Oh,
I said
come
a
on.
Metal Gear
my
Solid game,
goodness.
not
Why
Metal
are
Gear
they?
Solid 5.
Why are they skipping Zone of the Enders 1?
Because it's like a 30-minute long game.
Yeah, Zone of the Enders 1 is just super short.
It's like a
Throw it in.
tech demo.
and it's kind of annoying. There are annoying parts of Zone of the Enders.
It's less about like the fast-paced like one-on-one combat situations, more about arcade-style arena fighting a bunch of things at once
And making sure that the citizens are fine.
Yeah, you gotta,
those are levels I hate.
Yeah, it's not the best. It comes off more as like a tech demo after you finish it.
And there's only the one boss fight at the very end.
It's rough.
Yeah.
Yeah, everyone I knew
It's
that
rough.
bought it just bought for Metal Gear demo. That's it.
But backing up to the point, I guess maybe it's not so surprising that they're doing this, is because it's an easy thing for them to put out again from a popular series or popular game that they know fans will want to buy.
Yeah.
With not a lot of work. Updating it, because they already had the Zone of the Enders HD collection,
Yeah.
which came out.
But what's
now
interesting
this.
is they've actually shown some comparisons, and it does look better than HD. They actually it's a whole different take on it, and it actually it looks good. It deserves its own name. It's actually called Anubis Mars.
Oh.
Like Mars, they'll call it probably Zone of the Enders 2 Mars here instead of HD or 4K or anything.
There's other stuff they're doing with it too. I thought. I swear the trailers had like new features or new stuff or something in it as well.
All of that's graphical. So basically, the only promised things are graphical upgrades and that you can play the entirety of the game in virtual reality.
Nice.
Yeah.
Sounds pretty significant.
Big
Okay,
Viper.
we'll see. We'll see, Jones. That
Big
was
Viper.
Damiani's biggest surprise.
For VR.
For VR.
VR.
For VR.
Okay, I think we're done with VR announcements. I got some more. Mobile Suit Gundam Battle Operation 2. Mm-hmm. This is a team battle action game in which you are a man, which was presented, who gets to hop into a Gundam. Please understand, this is something that excites me greatly.
I understand. Oh, I understand.
Because I think a lot
Please
of
be excited.
a lot of Gundam games are just about you're just the Gundam, and so you don't really get that sense ever that I'm piloting this Gundam.
I'll say this gave me a sense of scale.
Yes.
With Gundams.
Yes.
Like, because we play Gundam games all the time. It doesn't feel like you're in a huge robot.
Yeah.
But when he's on the ground running around, you see the Gundam fighting the Zaku.
Yes.
You're like, yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
scale,
Yes,
absolutely.
Jones. Yes.
Yeah.
Let them be giant robots.
Yes.
Heck yeah.
I definitely had to Google Battle Operation 1. Gundam Battle Operation 1. Was not familiar with it. It's a free-to-play PS3 game that's a multiplayer game.
Was it Japan only?
Japan only. Never made it to the States. So it's not been confirmed whether Battle Operation 2 will be free-to-play or really many details about it. Just that 2018 thing. And so we don't have a ton of details on it, but a very enticing trailer, I might say.
Do they say anything about it? If the West will get it?
No.
Okay. Probably not.
Brad,
But hopefully.
why would
Turning
they?
its significance
It's
right now.
coming. It's coming.
Okay.
It's coming.
Okay.
It's coming.
Turning its
Okay.
significance.
What'd you say, Damiani?
Turning its significance if it's not coming out in the West.
Ah.
Well, it's not like we don't know for sure that it's not.
Well, Zone of the Enders is going to come out in the West for sure.
It
Definitely.
is. Zone of the Enders. Yeah. Wait, are you trying to campaign for Zone of the Enders number 1
I'm
right
just
now?
saying, like,
Okay.
I'm trying.
Right?
These are elements I'm using to judge
Okay.
the rankings.
Great.
Being transparent.
Here's a strange one. a certain magical index cross virtual on. So, this is a PS4 Vita game. This is coming out also in 2018. A certain magical index is an anime that I'm not familiar with.
I think it started off as a visual novel first.
That might be fair because apparently these two franchises have already crossed over in a light novel.
Light novel, yeah.
I can't remember the year. Years past. I think it was 2016. Well, that would 2015. That they were in a light novel together. I don't know what a light novel is. I gotta be honest with you. Is it just like not a lot of words? Is that the idea?
I don't know. I've never
Easy
read one.
reading?
I've never read one. So
Big
I don't know.
font.
Big font. So anyway, Virtual On is a really cool old arcade game in which two giant robots fought each other. And Brad, they felt like we're talking about giant robots. They felt like giant robots
Scale.
because of the arenas.
Yep.
Yeah. Here we have preteens, kids. They're the new pilots of the Virtual On.
Like we said, it's
robots.
Digimon with
It's very Digimon.
It's Digimon with virtual on robots.
Because they don't get inside of them, Brad.
Yeah.
They control them with little Vita controllers in their hand. In their
Oh no,
phones.
it's Beyblade now.
It's Beyblade.
It's Beyblade.
It's Beyblade scale.
Wow.
Yeah.
Beyblade.
They Beybladed Virtual On, and so while I definitely wanted to see another Virtual On game, it's weird to see it done like this.
It's like a weird monster version
Yeah, it's a
of
weird
what it used to
monster
be.
version. Yeah,
The price of bringing it back.
it's the price.
Yeah,
It's the price.
just virtual. I just picture virtual on just weeping, the original one. Just be like, kill me.
I was so
Yeah.
cool once.
Would you have taken a 4K VR virtual on
You
re-release?
bet.
There's no such thing as 4K VR. Oh, like you mean like Zone of the Enders, which
Yes,
is 4K
yes.
and VR.
I meant them as separate things, like with 4K and
Yeah.
with VR.
Yeah. You know what's kind of funny to think about is a lot of the appeal of the giant robots is also seeing how cool they look. And when you're in first person, you don't know.
Yeah.
You don't even know how cool you look.
Yeah, you get to see the other person.
Yeah.
You get to see inside all the controls and stuff. Maybe.
That is cool.
Oh, yeah, man.
There you go.
Oh, man. Please. Please. Earth Defense Force, Iron Rain also announced.
Yes.
Ooh.
Still kicking.
So here's what's crazy about this. This is another Earth Defense Force game, and the Earth Defense Force 5 is still unreleased. But this seems like a better version of Earth Defense Force 5. It was shocking watching it live because Earth Defense Force 5 is an Earth Defense Force game. Janky, you could say. Bad frame rate. Bad textures. But still looks fun. Looks like a blast. Looks wacky. There's just plenty of things going on. And then later on in this very press conference, we see this game announced. Ukes, by the way, developing this, who basically just does like WWE games and like other weird oddball games.
Really?
Yeah. Unreal Engine might be explaining why this looked smooth. This looked nice. It looks like a nice looking Earth Defense Force game. Jones, what do you remember from this announcement?
From that one specifically, was that the one with the square off with the giant mech at the end?
That's
it's
5.
like, what of these
That's the
trailers
janky
did
one.
not have a giant mech at the end of it?
Yeah. So 5 is the janky one that's allowed to have giant things and giant toads and freaky stuff. Iron Rain had everybody look much more serious. They were all more military-like, muted colors, and had the dramatic story.
Yeah.
That's just like, if you can hear this,
Much more
get back
plot
out
heavy,
there
yeah.
and fight.
You got a gun.
Yes.
You got a chance. Yeah. But I have to be honest, those two games kind of bled together.
It's fine.
It's tough for me to
It's a fair
separate them.
perspective, Jones. You know what? Honestly, that's fair.
I don't think the more I remember about this Iron Rain, it will increase the significance for me. I think my significance of Earth Defense Force is pretty locked in.
You know exactly where it is.
Yeah.
I'm curious. We'll start with that.
So am I. We got more to...
That'll be our anchor. We have one more game to talk about. Left Alive.
More robots.
More robots.
It's Japan, man.
No, I know. They're all robots.
So yeah, it's weird. We're calling this a spiritual successor to Front Mission because
Yeah.
Square Enix is publishing it. However, it is not a turn-based strategy robot game or mech game. I gotta stop calling them robots.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it is, Brad. It's a survival shooter.
Yeah.
Oh, I did read that, and I was like, what does that even mean?
Who knows?
find
Who
out.
knows? What we do know though is the director, Toshifumi Nabashima, has been doing Armored Core
Core,
games.
yeah.
That's from Armored Core. So
Did they say which Armored Core?
No, but I think like the series, basically the mainline series.
Okay.
We have the producer Shinji Hashimoto from Final Fantasy. Oh, I didn't realize he's Kingdom Hearts as well.
Co-created it.
Co-created Kingdom Hearts? Mm-hmm. Hashimoto?
Mm-hmm. Get ready for that drama.
I have newfound respect for that man.
Okay.
Okay, that's cool. Yeah, that's cool. All right. The mech designer is Takayuki Yanase, who did the mechs from Xenoblade Chronicles X.
Oh.
Yeah, as well as some anime. Gundam, actually.
Yeah,
Gundam
did-
00.
Oh, I've seen that one.
Whoa,
I think
really?
that's the one with the sniper Gundam.
How fun would it be to design Gundams?
The
Oh.
dream.
Oh, the dream. I'm a mech designer. Hi, I'm a mech designer. You get hired onto projects just to design mechs.
Cool.
Yes. Character art by Yoji Shinkawa, who you might
Sick.
know from Metal Gear Solid. Yeah, it's good stuff.
Good stuff.
Artwork.
What a team.
Yeah.
What artwork, yeah. And
That
so
promotional artwork looked straight out of Metal Gear.
yeah.
Straight out of Metal
Oh yeah.
Gear.
I thought it would be copy pasted for a second. I was like, surely I've seen that art somewhere.
Look very big boss like, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Some guy with
It's
silver
his
hair.
style, though.
Good
but, like,
move.
yeah.
It's a good style. Benny
Yeah.
Croak.
It's cool to me to see Square Enix assemble another little super team. Mm-hmm. I think Ben called it the next Nier Automata, the Nier Automata of 2018. I get it. I totally get. I think that's a fair comparison. Like the Square
Certainly
Enix.
treated as a very big deal in that press conference.
Yeah.
When that trailer started, I was like, "Oh, this is something."
How'd the
Like,
trailer start?
You open in a hallway, and then
What kind of? What do you mean hallway?
just a hallway in a hotel room.
Oh, okay.
Green walls, wooden paneling, just like kind of fancy, but like nobody's in there. You don't see anybody walking around.
Sure.
And then bullets, very lightly, just kind of like shrapnel, or like clearly there's some fight going on outside, and this was just kind of like rogue bullets that just flew into this building. And then you look to your left, and the whole wall has been blown out. The city is not in good shape, and a couple of these robots are flown in from aircraft, or I think they're helicopters, but they might
yeah,
be some
those
kind
giant
of futuristic
like, dual
aircraft.
blade helicopters. Yeah.
And so that's what I kind of dig going into it, is that like some fight has already happened and we have lost. So when you say it's a survival shooter,
Left alive.
I wonder if you're kind of going block by block, just trying to like
so
take
cool.
back this city.
And like a mech's hunting you or something the whole time?
yeah.
No, I'm in a mech.
I mean, you're gonna
I
get
got
in a
my
mech.
own mech, yeah.
But there's gonna be a mech attacking you when you're
Stealth
like
mech
running
gameplay.
around, which would
But
be
if you're
awesome.
gathering resources and trying to what do I want to spend on? Do I
Mm-hmm.
want to have more capacity in my gun, or do I want to have more power, or do I want to have more defense, or what?
Yes. Yes, John.
Fix the mech.
Yep. Fix that mech.
Just slowly piecing it together as you're fighting back,
Dude.
taking the city back.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
could be cool.
Yeah.
Square Enix.
Yeah.
Square Enix, who had for a long time only made Final Fantasy 13 games, just making more Final Fantasy 13. It's just cool. It's cool to see them make new IP.
New IP, baby.
Yeah, that's very
Always
very cool.
down.
And hiring a team that has some pedigree. It's really really cool.
Clearly a team that loves mechs.
Yes, that's a mech level. Well, who doesn't love mechs?
Brandon.
Jones, what's your problem with mechs, dude?
Nothing. I just don't have experience with those games.
No. We mean giant robots. What is
Oh.
your problem with the mechanical suits?
I don't have a problem. I just don't have a lot of experience.
Okay, all right. So, Jones, you said you know exactly where Earth Defense Force Iron Rain goes in our 8.
I don't
where is
need to
it?
know more specifics about
Yeah.
the game to gauge where it is.
We're
amongst-
anchoring it. Where does it go?
So there's 8 total?
Yes.
I think right in the middle. I think a 4
4
or 5.
Which one?
Possibly a 6. I'll go 5.
Okay. Does anyone disagree with that?
I need to remember the list again.
Okay, so
I feel like-
going back through.
I feel like the only VR game that should be maybe in the top 4 or 5 is Zone of the Enders.
Right, and it's not even just a VR game.
Yeah,
Okay, so going back through, we got mobile. Time to rank this. Okay, so we have Mobile Suit Gundam Battle Operation 2,
Hi.
Arc
I'm just
Park, Gungrave VR, Zone of the Enders 2 VR. By the way, that's not the official name. The official name is like Anubis Mars. Neko Atsume VR.
That's probably like 8.
A Certain Magical Index Cross Virtual On.
Ooh, that's a nice 9 or 10.
Yeah, Earth Defense
Slowly up
Force,
virtual.
Iron Rain, and Left Alive.
Left Alive's number 1.
I think it's an easy number 1.
Easy
yeah,
number 1.
Yeah.
Number
Oh,
1.
yeah.
Left
Yeah,
Alive. I think we just put that number 1, no question.
Yeah.
Neko
let's lock
Atsume
that
is
in.
8.
Yes.
Which one, really?
Neko Atsume.
Dude,
Over Arc Park? Under Arc Park, I mean?
Cat Time.
Yeah, you put that at number 8?
I love cats, but like
Cat Time.
as a game, it's just like
Oh,
No.
Jones? You want to
Well, you
keep...
think about, you really like that fishing game,
Yes.
and you thought that was a worthy successor to Final Fantasy 15 as far as like something they could take out. Hold on. I'm not saying you're wrong. I'm just saying that you were like, oh, this is a cool part this is not a game that came with VR.
Yeah.
And now they've taken this thing out of the game and added it to a VR mode. And so I think Arc Park could potentially be really cool. Like
Okay.
it could potentially
yeah.
I didn't call it a-
look and run a lot
I
better.
didn't call it a
than
worthy
Arc.
successor.
No, but just like
That's why I
a
laughed.
smart use of the license.
Okay.
You enjoyed what they did with the license.
Yes, it's true.
That's
You
different.
enjoyed it ironically and unironically.
Yeah, that's true. And it's both. It absolutely
Arc's
is
a
both.
6 or 7
Okay.
with your
Okay.
virtual on.
I'm
Probably.
I'm no higher than 6.
So
with
I mean,
Arc,
like,
but
Gungrave's in a weird spot.
Oh yeah, Gungrave.
maybe Gungrave at 7 and Arc at 6.
I think that might be right.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then
Because
put your
Gungraves
virtual on
could
at
be super
5.
fun, but it could also be not great.
Yeah.
Just too much going on. Like
Yeah. Then virtual on right after all those.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then Zone of the Enders.
Wait, hold on. So
wait.
Virtual On, yeah, I guess we put that there. I guess I would have loved to trash on that Virtual On game, but I think y'all don't like the VR stuff. So yeah, we can put Virtual On at 5.
I mean, I was fine with Virtual On being high. Like,
Okay,
low
so
is-
Jones, that means that now we can actually bump up Iron Rain to 4.
okay,
Okay, we're
Alright.
cool with that.
sure.
All right.
Oh, then your operations, Gundam operations 2.
Scale.
Yes. So yeah, we have 3 left. We have Zone of the Enders 2, Mobile Suit Gundam Battle Operation. Oh, and Left Alive. And so it's about which one's higher. The
So
Mobile
Left
Suit
Alive
Gundam-
wasn't number 1. What was number
It is
1?
one.
It is.
Oh,
Left
okay.
Alive's number 1. So we're just debating between 3 and 2 right now. And it's
I think Zone and the Enders for number 2.
Because just having that in VR, like a known quantity,
Yeah.
and something I think that's to get
sure.
people who might not have already taken the dive into VR. That's a good Hail Mary effort there. It's like we're like kind of like lobbing this at you. Like if you haven't tried VR, like how much more enticing can we get than like this?
That was very smooth, panel. That may have been the fastest ranking of significance we've had yet on the podcast. And here it is. Number 8, Neko Atsume VR. Number 7, Gungrave VR. Number 6, Arc Park. Number 5, a certain magical index cross virtual on. Number 4, Earth Defense Force Iron Rain. Number 3, Mobile Suit Gundam Battle Operation 2. Number 2, Zone of the Enders 2 VR. And number 1, most significant game of TGS so far, Left Alive.
Woo! Yeah.
On. Before we wrap up TGS, before we wrap up Sony at TGS, I would like to talk about Monster Hunter World.
Talk to me about it.
Because that is how they ended their press conference. They had a lot to say about it. They announced new hardware. They got a special edition. They wanted us to pre-order and
To reserve.
Draft those
reserve,
articles.
thank
No one said pre-order. They're
Yeah,
like,
it's
a-
please, you reserve your copy now.
And I think the biggest bomb that was dropped there is the release date, January 28th, 2018, which is practically 2017.
20th or 26th.
It's practically next month.
I think I wrote down 28th. Is it 26th?
I don't know.
Prove it, Ticket.
I think
I'm
Ben
gonna-
said
I'm gonna-
26.
I'm gonna hand this right over. I think you're probably right. I bet that I wrote that down hastily.
We still have that?
Brad, you just rewatched the trailer.
Rewatched. That was my first time seeing
Oh,
it.
that was your first time
Yeah,
seeing that
I've never
trailer.
seen it.
So this is, I'd say, a way better trailer than E3. Would you agree with that?
Yeah, I got a more sense of what the game was about, actually.
26. Well done, Damiani.
From what I remember, E3 was just him kind of like leaping around and stuff in the jungle. I'm like, okay,
Yes.
this looks like more Monster. Like, that's fine, though.
Uh-huh.
But this, like, looked like a story and, like, characters, like, talking about stuff. Like, I was like, what? What is this?
It's atypical of Monster Hunter.
Yeah, we were like,
Yes.
this looks like a JRPG.
Yes.
It's on consoles.
Yes.
Which not very many of the Monster Hunter games have been on console. They
Very
have
few.
a very long
Some, like,
history of being
PS2
portable.
games, right?
Yeah, PS2,
Yeah.
which some of them were Japanese only.
Yeah.
PSP,
And Wii U.
and then it came over like
Then
Wii U,
Yeah.
and then 3DS, and it's kind of like been like
Well,
that.
what's the Switch one coming out?
Double,
XX.
but that's already
XX.
been on.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I got you.
Right, this is not a port. This is
Yeah,
made
Double
for
Cross
consoles.
is like
Yeah.
another port.
Yeah.
Cool.
This is like on like arguably like the most powerful hardware, so like they're pushing it visually.
No. Xbox One X is most powerful. How dare you?
Is that coming to PC?
I think they said it on
Oh,
a
it is.
later date.
It is coming on
yeah.
PC.
Okay, I was
Wait,
like, wait a
oh
second.
no, we have no PC date confirmed.
No date yet.
Yeah, I don't even know if it's prove it ticket. Is Monster Hunter World coming to PC?
I think it
Prove
will.
I think it
to-
is. I think
double
it,
prove
I think it will.
I think it
Double
absolutely
prove
is.
it.
I do think it
Okay,
is, but we don't have a date for it, so excuse me for that.
Okay,
Anyway,
well-
continue going on.
The PS4 and Xbox One are above Switch. Like it's not coming out on one of the more significantly underpowered systems compared like to that generation.
Yeah.
So because they're pushing the graphic fidelity of that game, it looks really good. Like Monster Hunter games looked okay, but you could like there was some of the
They
animation
look
stuff.
like 3DS games.
They
Exactly,
weren't
yeah.
even like the console ones weren't the greatest looking games. They were going more for like
Scale.
the scale, the experience rather than like pushing the AI, really pushing the AI of the monsters and stuff rather than the technical aspect of the visuals. They weren't really pushing that.
Jones has an update for us.
PC not confirmed yet.
Okay.
Release date not confirmed.
Okay.
Console, yeah. Release confirmed, but not the date. That
So
the
PC
26 is specifically for Xbox.
So
One
it is coming to PC.
So it is
no
Xbox
date.
One on the 26th of
Correct.
Okay.
Ooh, so most powerful. There you go.
Yeah, it is coming to the most
There
powerful
you go.
console on the 26th.
There you go. So that's like a big thing. Brad said the story is like a huge thing because it's usually like, oh, you're the new hunter in town. Oh, cool. There's a threat around here. Yeah, we need you to take care of it. Earn your keep and go out and kill stuff. Cool. That's like pretty much like the premise of most of the games.
Right, very loose premise.
Yeah.
I don't even like. You just play until you feel good. Yeah.
And they've been advancing the mechanics for a while now, taking like a step with each game of adding new thing like climbing on the monsters and then riding them and then different types of
Adding weapons.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like they've been doing that slowly over the last few years. This feels like the culmination of it.
Oh,
and
Uber word.
and the enemy designs. I know some of them look like a little bit like older ones, but some of them looked really freaking unique. Like,
Yes.
they were
Yeah.
borrowing like one of them like the bird, not the bird, like the bat looking one,
The
white
balloon
bat.
bat,
Yeah.
yes.
Like that balloon thing has been in other ones before, but like it's like a new looking enemy. And I'm sorry if these are old ones, I just didn't play that Monster Hunter game, but they looked much better in this one, even if they were older ones. Like
Yeah.
they were really good.
They were shining in this trailer.
And then,
yes.
as you said, the scale.
Yes.
I'm assuming some of those were giant Titan like monsters coming out of the ground and something
Yeah.
like that volcano part. I was like, okay, it's like here we go.
God of War scale.
We got some
yeah.
good stuff here. Teamwork here. Big battles, big scale raid battles,
Raid
Monster Hunter
battles.
World.
Let's
There you
go.
go.
Count on it. Draft your tweet.
I feel like I agree with what a lot of people are saying that this is the one that they're gearing the most towards breaking that wall that they failed to break so many times before in terms of making the series successful outside of Japan,
And I
like
think-
achieving that like blockbuster sales.
Yeah. And this does it. This trailer sells a story. I think it sells a vibe.
Did for me.
Yeah. How about you, Jones? Are you sold on Monster Hunter?
Totally sold.
Yeah.
I was sold. I played it at PAX. Loved the demo. Was very intrigued from the announcement at E3 this year at Sony's press conference there, and I just loved this trailer. And I think a lot of people get excited. They get frustrated. I remember when we would be scoring trailers back in the day, and there'd be a gameplay trailer that I was not excited about, and people that were excited about the game were like, this was so great, all the stuff that they showed. Like, I liked the stuff that they showed. And it's tough because I'm like, well, you have to understand the context that you're in where you recognize a lot of these things.
Yeah.
And like, you were saying, Damiani, like, I'm seeing all of these monsters and they feel new. It's like, that right there felt like a reveal of like, here, look at this crazy thing. And like, maybe I'm wrong that, like there might be some fan sitting next to me that's like, oh, come on, that thing's been in, I'm tired of that design.
Yeah.
It just did not feel that way. Like, I really was confident watching it. Like, this all feels like really new stuff. The guy jumping off the cliff, you're like, what are you doing? And then the gust of wind carries him up.
Oh, the little squirrel suit. Yeah, absolutely.
That was good.
There's just so many surprises, and it just had such a great pace to it. And they did a good job of really kind of isolating the story moments and not having it just be like monster platforming story bit, monster platforming story bit. Like it just flowed really realistically. I loved the introduction of some of the environments, and it was neat because we were talking and listening while we were watching through the press conference, and so we just watched it again. And so picking up the little dialogue options, I didn't realize it was in English. And so actually describing the cities that they're walking into and the different types of NPCs you're seeing and what they do, what their responsibilities are. And
Yeah.
really getting a sense that the wheels that make this world turn, and your place in it.
Panel. I think Monster Hunter World is the biggest budget Capcom title of this year or next.
Probably.
Yes.
I'm looking
Sure.
at this trailer and I'm seeing
Yeah.
dollar bills.
Huge investment so far in the
huge
marketing.
budget.
I feel like
Yeah.
this is a important game for them. Like they need it to sell.
Yeah.
But it's clear they spent a lot of money.
And I think Sony loves it. I think they are dancing that there's a Monster Hunter game on their console.
Oh yeah, they want to push this even if it's gonna be on their things because they lost Monster Hunter to Nintendo for several years. Like,
Yeah.
oh thanks, this thing was popular the generation before on our platforms. Now it's on Nintendo platforms. We want it back. And that had been the rumor for a while that like Sony was going aggressively hard
Yes.
after Monster Hunter because
I think they spent some money on this.
because it's so important to their home territory. They're
Yeah.
like, we need this here. Like, it is a huge deal for like our console or our platforms to have this on here. Like it being on Xbox One X is good for the rest of the world, but that doesn't really mean much in Japan.
Right. The rumor is they said we don't care what you put it on, except for the Switch.
Keep it off Nintendo's
Just keep it off the Switch.
Keep it off the Nintendo platforms.
Yes,
Period. Yeah.
sure. And like that's the exclusivity deal they paid for. Is what the rumor is. Obviously, we can't confirm that, but it seems to be true. Everything about that rumor turned out to be true, basically. So that's pretty crazy. Yeah.
Well, they'll know it'll sell better than on PlayStation than Xbox. Like that fan base
Oh, you're
won't
right.
buy
They
it.
just don't
Just
have
like
it.
every
It's-
other
Yeah.
Japanese game.
Yeah, I can see a handful of like a small group buying it on Xbox One X just to be like, it's the best.
I think in the
looking
US
console.
it'll do fine.
Yeah,
Yeah, I'm
I
sure
think
it'll be
in the
fine
US
there.
it'll do fine, but yeah.
Like I forgot 15 came out on Xbox.
yeah. PS4 is
forgot.
it's gonna be a wide margin of PS4 being the best selling version for that game.
Yeah. It's cool though. I'm very excited for it. I'm
Yeah.
I
Looked
do-
great, man.
Like you said, Damiani, I think this is the one. I think it's like it'll be the Final Fantasy VII of Monster Hunter. It's the one where like
The
everybody.
entry point for a lot of people.
Yeah. That's my first Monster Hunter game.
Cool.
Then it'll come back to Switch.
Well, I mean,
of
like I
others.
think. Also, back to that rumor, the Switch will have its games. It'll have its XX, and so there'll be basically two franchises running together with Monster Hunter going forward. But yeah, actually, that rumor stated that this was to be a numbered Monster Hunter, and that like Sony really wanted the franchise on their console. And I don't know what happened when it was announced.
Well, maybe
as
they'll
World.
get like World 2 or something like that.
Yeah, but they don't want an offshoot. They're like, all Monster Hunter's on us. You know what I mean? But
Maybe they're like, it will make it
yeah,
a bigger deal than the normal numbers, like story and everything like that.
yeah, it does differentiate itself.
Yeah.
Panel, I'm so excited. We get to play a new game today
Ooh,
as
a
well.
A new one.
Yes.
Brand new shiny.
Brand new shiny. What is that?
It's saying it's brand new and shiny.
Okay. Because this week Insomniac Games updated their logo. They have a new logo this week. We're playing You Go New Logo or No, Go with the old logo.
Ah.
Now, Brett. Do y'all hear that?
Oh, that's unfortunate.
It sounds like it's podcast halftime.
So fired up to play that game too.
I know. Dang.
Gotta do what you gotta do.
Yep.
We can't control podcast halftime. Like we're
Just to be clear, yeah.
That's what it is. The following are the official sponsors of Easy Allies for the month of September. Iron Harvest, a real-time strategy game for PC, PS4, and Xbox One, currently in development at King Art Games. Join their community and help them bring the alternate reality of 1920 plus to life. Hogue Law Business Law Firm. Whether you're starting a business at level 1, stuck fighting the dreaded fundraising boss, or finally cashing out with a well-earned high score, you need a good business lawyer at your side. Rick Hogue started Hogue Law to bring more than a decade of experience to companies like yours and is proud to support the Allies. Check him out at www.hoaglaw.com. Jojo Dent Co., your friendly automotive dent repair expert. If you're currently an Easy A patron and are in the Denver metropolitan area, tweet @FastMower if you would like to have your minor door dings repaired free of charge. Would love an update on that. If just
Please.
one
If
person
anyone,
does
just
it.
tell us.
Even if you're
Please.
slightly outside of Denver, make
Yes.
it happen. El Fanis. Scorn, an atmospheric horror adventure developed by Ebb Software set in a nightmarish universe of odd forms and somber tapestry. Go to scorn-game.com for more information, or check them out on Kickstarter. Mango. iKeyless. Need a new car key or remote? iKeyless.com has been in the key replacement business since 2002. Check them out today and they can help save you up to 75% off of the dealership's prices. If you type in offer code EZA at checkout, you'll get 15% off of your order. All of these links are available in the description. Thank you to our sponsors.
Thank you, sponsors.
Thank you.
Our next story I want to do before we get into love and respect is a brief one. It's not controversial. It's not too spicy, but it's so interesting. Incredibly interesting to me. Here's how this all starts. In July of this year, 2017, modding community at switchbrew.org discovered in the firmware of the Nintendo Switch an emulator, an NES emulator named Flog. And that was it. It's like, we got to figure out more about this. Then, this week, some more information was uncovered. Flog is actually golf. Flog is just the NES game Golf on the Switch firmware. Everybody who bought a Switch has the NES game Golf on their consoles.
Surprised no one realized that since it's golf backwards.
It's golf backwards. Flog is golf backwards. I wouldn't have, I saw an NES emulator named Flog. I'm like, what is that?
It's also a
There's
word.
Too deep.
There's no way I would get
Flog
there.
something.
Yeah. Here's the weird thing about it. It has prompts for motion controls. So it is an NES.
Didn't know that.
Yeah. That you can use the Joy-Cons to swing the golf club within NES Golf on your Switch. Then, at that point, we still don't know what the deal is. This is so weird. Basically, I frantically check NeoGAF and check Twitter after we record our streams to make sure I didn't miss any news before the podcast strikes. Turns out they figured out how to access golf on the Switch that everybody has. It has to be
It's everybody's golf? You're right, because not everyone has a Switch. That's unfair.
Yeah.
Oh, the BM.
So here's the crazy thing. If it is July 11th, if your Switch thinks it is July 11th, which is the day that Satoru Iwata, former president and CEO of Nintendo, if it is July 11th, and with the Joy-Cons, you make the Nintendo Direct motion, that is when the game starts.
Directly to you.
Yes. And that was just discovered today.
Whoa.
That is how you access this game.
That's crazy.
Now, if you ever connected your Switch to the internet and try to tell it it's July 11th Switch, it's going to know this won't work. The rest of us who have connected our Switches will have to wait until July 11th to figure this out for ourselves.
Oh, wow.
To play golf, NES Golf on our Switches.
I wonder if Nintendo thought we'd have figured this out by July 11th.
Yeah.
They're like, oh, that's more than enough time. Mm-hmm. And we all failed them.
Yeah.
I wondered the same, Jones.
like,
You're
oh,
right. Yeah. Somebody's got to do this, right?
The tribute. No.
That's right. Like what? Gah! I need to know more. Again, I'm just picking up these clues. Props to the modding community who are hacking through these things, who are discovering these things as we speak. But yeah, that is crazy. That is
Imagine that
absolutely crazy.
cryptic Nintendo tweet that didn't happen but could have on July 11th. It's like, really?
Yeah.
Nobody? Okay. You're like, what?
And I'm sorry, again, don't have all the good research. I can't be fully into this story. But I wondered why the death date went on his birth date. Apparently, it's good to use the death date. It's to put this into the console. It's like a good luck thing. It's like a way to honor his death and a way for Iwata's good vibes to be in every Switch console. And so I don't think they care whether we know how to access it or not. I think that basically the idea is that just it's I wish I read more on it, but yeah, I think that's really cool.
Yeah.
Very cool.
That's just the
I love
coolest-
everything about that story.
Yep. Feel free to send me extensive corrections. We'll get it right next week. But I just wanted to talk about that this week. I think that's pretty amazing.
Yeah.
That's good.
What a tribute.
What a tribute. I'm thinking of Easter eggs within consoles. I think of just, I don't know, the GameCube having alternate sound effects. Is it one if you're holding down things on the controllers?
Oh, yeah.
I don't have a lot. I don't have a lot of cool
Yeah, I can't think of any other.
firmware Easter eggs.
I think one of the systems, 3DS or Wii, had actually had Tataka's song in it, but took forever.
Oh, don't you start with Tataka's song. Don't you dare. The nerve. The nerve to bring that up. You think I'll let you fool me again?
I'll fool you for sure.
Yeah, that's cool. Yeah, man. What else did I think of? I had one just in that second. A weird little Easter egg in hardware. I don't know. I guess just the alternate colors on Game Boy Color, though that was kind of advertised. Yeah, it's weird. It's a really cool one. This is the best of all time. Oh, because apparently Iwata coded that game. Yeah.
All
Sorry,
of it by
I should have
himself.
mentioned that. Coded golf on NES.
By himself.
God, it's too cool. That's too cool.
That's really cool, yeah.
That's the coolest thing in the world. That's it right there. Can't wait for July 11th. I'm going to wave in my Joy-Cons.
You're going to forget.
You're right.
You're gonna
Will
forget.
we have
You're so right.
You're going to tweet it out
console?
from Japan, but it's going to be late when
Yeah.
you get the tweet. And yeah.
Will we have virtual console by then?
Brad, this
Will
conversation...
this be the only
This
NES?
is a good vibes conversation.
Okay.
This is...
Yes.
I'm not
We're not-
willing to
Good
have
vibes only.
Yeah, I'm not willing to have that conversation.
All right.
It's now time for love and respect.
Love and respect.
Ooh, someone went deep and it sounded good.
That was me.
Nice, Jones. We had
Almost took the detour.
at
I
least
was like, I
was bracing
maybe
for it.
Brad and I want to be on the same wavelength. I was like,
Yeah.
I don't sense it. We're not doing it.
so you were on the same wavelength. You were sensing.
We were both
it.
thinking about
I
it.
was like, this might be the moment.
To let everyone in, Damiani and Brad, before we started recording, came up with alternate lyrics to the Love and Respect song that were
Insensitive.
insensitive to the Red Eagles. I would
Combative.
say. Yes.
You would say?
Red Eagle suck.
No, that's not. No.
Not right. It's not right. We had at least 3 love and respect questions and topics about LawBreakers this week.
Really?
Jeez.
I decided to pick one. Let's get in it.
Good thing I'm
Oh,
on it.
wow.
Give him one.
Hi, allies. Hope all is well. After the recent release of LawBreakers, I'm very curious to understand why the title failed the way it did. I've heard several theories from other outlets, and it made me wonder a few things about game releases in general. Would love your thoughts on the below. Number 1. How important is price relative to perceived value? Would LawBreakers have sold better if it was a fully priced $60 title? Let's stop there. Let's talk about that right now. Was the fact that this is a $30 game, did that hurt this game?
I don't know, man.
I can't imagine why it would. If a game's cheaper and that's bad for it.
I mean, Overwatch was $40 on PC,
And 60 on consoles.
and it sold well though on PC. Like that's the main platform.
Yeah, I don't feel like that is enough. Like that perception of a cheaper price or even going to free to play. I don't think that's enough on its own to doom any game. Like I don't think that's I don't think that was it. Especially in this case, I don't think that was it at all.
I do think, though, that 30 is in a real weird space between 60 and 0. I almost think that it would have been a strong choice to pick one or the other.
Was that Ratchet and Clank game 30?
40.
It was 40? Okay.
I almost feel like maybe 40 would have been a better price, going higher by $10 more, because I feel like there are games that release at that $39.99 price point, which seems to be, I don't know.
And they do fun.
I don't know. I don't necessarily buy that argument. I know for past several years the argument against free to play games like that, like people need to stop ragging on them, like this mentality of that they're cheaper games, like
Jones hears ya. Jones hears ya.
like cheaper made games
Yeah.
that like you're not getting a quality experience playing those. At some point, I feel like a lot of us had that mentality, but then we time and time again, you're proven wrong by outliers. There are games that have clearly proven doesn't matter if you're free to play. You can be like a huge game. In fact, you can be the biggest game in the world.
Yeah.
Yes.
by being free to play. It's not. But I think maybe that alludes to the real problem.
Well, we'll go. Well, right now we're just talking about price.
Yeah,
We'll get
to
to
it later. But like, I don't think it's the price. I really don't for LawBreakers.
Let me ask you one last thing then, because it was announced and talked about as a free-to-play game for a while. Initially, LawBreakers in this case. Did it hurt for it suddenly to become a $30
That
game?
might have, in my opinion. If you're pushing something early on as something and you're setting expectations, I mean, it depends when they broke that or they changed that.
I think it was after they got a publisher, to be honest with you, but I can't pin down the dates.
It depends. It depends how soon it was. If it was very close to between that announcement and release,
It wasn't. There was time. There was
if there's
definitely
enough time,
Yeah.
then that shouldn't have hurt it too much, but it definitely probably had some impact.
Yeah.
For some people, because some people just make up their minds, oh, you said free to play. Great, I'll try that when it comes out. Then later you hear, wait, it costs $30-$40 now? Nah, I'm sorry.
You have to prove it. You definitely have to prove something, because when people hear this is a free-to-play game, they have an expectation, and for you to add on top of that, they're like, okay, well, prove to me why it's 30.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Like if you were touting it as possibly a free to play, now you want people to pay up front. It's like, what? Why'd you change? Justify to me. You could justify that cost to me now because you were talking about you thought it was good enough to just do free to play transactions, but now you're not so sure. Like I can see some people coming into it with that angle.
Okay, let's get to number 2. How important is seasonality relative to a game's success? Should a game always avoid releasing alongside other high-profile titles, or are there any scenarios you can think of where that would be beneficial?
Oh man.
I don't think it released around anything, really. I think it was kind of on its own.
Yeah, I mean, Overwatch was doing its Summer Games thing. I
Yeah,
think
but Overwatch has been out for a while.
Overwatch did have a giant update like that day.
Yeah.
The same exact day.
I think they
And that
had
was
like
clearly,
the
a shot over
PTR
the port
coming
map.
up with like a new hero or something like that.
What's up?
I think there was like something on the PTR with like a brand new hero or
What's a
something like that.
PTR?
Public test realm, where you could like test stuff out, like stuff that's not in the game live yet.
Okay, thank you. I need these. I'm sorry, Brad.
That's okay.
Who was the indie developer recently who said basically they needed to get their game out soon? Like someone's asking why don't they delay their release till next year, and they made the argument that like that's not always the best for indie developers, which is not the point. The point was they said it's becoming more and more each year. There isn't a good time anymore where it's like, oh, it's an empty space. You're just gonna have that week or that month to yourself. Everyone's like, back in the day, like just release in summer, nothing comes out. Right.
That was
like games come out in
that was
summer.
the email Blood sent to us, and I don't think we can make that public.
Okay, I'll say that. Oh, wait, no, that's I didn't know. Okay,
Yeah.
Sorry, we didn't say the game. Then there was something in like the like everyone's like, oh, about the beginning of the year, January and February. Then like games started to come out. Then it's like, okay, well now Q1 is swamped. It's like, what quarter is not swamped anymore? Or what
They're all
month?
swamped.
What week? Now it's down to weeks. Every week is like packed. And everyone's like, oh, 27 is like an exception. It might be exception for quality, but I don't think it's going to be exception to the rule going forward in terms of like quantity. I think it's just welcome to everyone's making more people are making games than ever.
Zelda was hot for months and months and months and months. I mean, there was no, like, I don't really think there was that, like, oh, huge Zelda launch, and then the next month it was just kind of like, man, it's not that big of a game anymore. It's like,
gotcha.
You know, it's like if you had released the month after Zelda, you're in the clear now. It's like, no, people are still buying that game and playing it and choosing not to play your game because they're still making their way through this huge game. So yeah, I just don't think there's a guaranteed win.
I don't know if it matters as much when you release compared to other big releases, but I think there's two things. Other similar games, try not to release too close in a window to a game that you're competing with if you can.
That's the thing.
But that's not, I don't think it's more for service games. It's more for like the single, like the standalone release type games, like the Assassin's Creed type games or the Zelda games or the RPG type games. Like, don't release two big RPGs next to each other. You're going head to head, like Ni no Kuni getting bumped out of the end of like November because like Xenoblade might be launching that time. Like, let's not have those two big ones.
But I think you can even say cross genre. So let's say you're an indie RPG. Let's say you are doing Golf Story. I think it's fine to go up against the day that a huge shooter comes out.
Yeah.
Conversely, if you're like a little action game, it's fine to come out at a day that a huge RPG comes out. I think you can counter-program video games because there's a whole audience of people who don't want to spend $60 on a video game this week. And those people are buying games all year long.
Yeah. I mean, I have another point to it, but I don't know if we want to move on.
Okay, we can do the next point, but I think Brad had something. What's up, Brad? About seasonality.
I don't know if that's on that. No, I'll just wait till after.
Okay.
Just keep going through.
Number 3, how important is a market share and the gaming landscape to a game's success? You're right, we are getting straight into this. Hero shooters are quickly saturating the market.
There you go.
Is it pointless to compete with Overwatch, or can other titles still make an impact? As always, much love and respect, B-Ray.
That's extremely important.
Yeah.
Like, timing is so important. It's not everything. You do not need to be the first out to dominate that market.
Is it too late to be a hero shooter? Is it too late? If I'm making a hero
It's
shooter right now,
extremely.
is it too late?
It's not impossible, but you better understand the uphill battle you've got if you're going into that genre right now, that
Rules and paladins and
demographic.
stuff
You
like that.
are you just need to do something extreme to stand out, and you better hope it sticks in some way. Otherwise, you might just be a flash in the pan at best, and then you're just gone. Like, no one's going to care about you after like a month or two.
And so here's what I would ask of LawBreakers is make it clear how extremely different you are. What is that key hook? What is it, Brad? What is LawBreakers? Why is it a different kind of hero shooter?
Not for a lot of good reasons, I would say.
So that's the problem. That's the problem
Yeah.
right there. And like
I'd
that,
say the franticness. You know,
Yeah,
it feels more like an
it's
Unreal
like main
Tournament
hook
than
is
something like
like
Overwatch.
Going back to old PC shooters like Quake and all that kind of stuff, fast pace, all about skill kind of thing. They say the whole time, but it's like there's just other stuff out there, and I think it does a lot of the stuff just worse than its competitors.
sure.
And I want to bring up a point about why it might have failed. I remember when the beta came out, a ton of people played it. Then their second beta, it dropped hard about the people playing it.
Yeah.
I just don't think it was the kind of game people wanted at that time.
Yeah.
Like, people were playing Quake. Maybe like that's that audience that are just playing that. Or people were playing Overwatch or Paladins or whatever they're playing. I don't know.
right.
The one line that really stood out for me, having not played that much of Overwatch, only played like a couple hours and just played a little bit of Lawbreaker like at different events. The biggest line in your review where I was like, "That's it, Brad," was Because you said, and a lot of people have said that like they prefer the character design from Overwatch than the characters that were introduced, and like trying to find the right verbiage to describe why you don't like art style can get kind of sticky in a review, you know, because it's like, well, you know, that might be your opinion, but it's not like you can't just be like that character looks bad and be like that's a fact, like that's always my opinion. Whereas this game has a bad frame rate, that could potentially be a fact, like you could prove that. But the point that he made is, if I'm going into a match and I'm playing Overwatch, like that's clearly, you know, Reinhardt. That's clearly, you know, like I recognize these. All the names are escaping me right now, but like,
Torbjorn.
There he is. You know, it's like you don't have to look hard to find him.
You know
even
what
if you
Roadhog
can't
looks
see him,
like.
you see that blue shield, and like there he is.
Yeah.
Whereas I couldn't tell you anybody that when I went in LawBreakers, like I can't be like, oh yeah, I could from across the battlefield. There's that character I love.
Yeah.
Like there's a lot going on in that. You know, it's very chaotic and crazy, and like, well, my heart got going in that one little sequence. But coming out of it, I wasn't like, God, I can't wait to play that character right over there.
It's funny.
It's just chaos.
The cartoonish style of Team Fortress 2 was created out of necessity, out of recognition, about being able to recognize a class from a distance.
Oh, what a smart move, too.
Yeah, and I think it works in Overwatch in the same way. It's just that distance, that you, I know exactly what that class is from here.
Yeah.
I mean, skins kind of make it a little wonky, but they still retain their shapes.
But you can still tell, though.
Yeah. And Jones, I think that's a fair.
So I've seen a lot of people fall in love with characters. I've seen people post lots of clips that they love, and you know, our buddy Rohan does a great job on the PR team.
Retweeting some great
LawBreakers.
clips.
Yeah. And so it's exciting to see them having really good plays and finding a class that they love and are getting very good at. But you don't really see my favorite plays that I've seen from Overwatch is kind of when the whole team comes together and makes an amazing thing happen.
Yeah, it's real different gameplay wise from those
and
two.
it's harsh to draw those direct comparisons.
Yeah.
But
I mean, they're there definitely as much as they probably don't want them to be compared, but they're there.
Yeah.
When you're fourth or fifth in line for a genre, you know, kind of like Anthem is right now, following behind Destiny. It's like they really got to sell us on what, you know, why this is different, and maybe it's not. That's could also be yourself. Just be upfront about it, being like, you know, we know this is pretty similar to this other thing, but we love the genre and we always wanted to put our own little stamp on it.
Yeah. What's up, Damiani?
I mean, I don't know if there's any more points, but like I think this kind of goes into this category. Some of these companies that made their games stick out and become successes, they had pedigree behind them and they had big name behind them, but like they go big with those games in terms of the treatment of them from the moment they reveal the game.
I think LawBreakers went big.
I don't think it went as big as like Blizzard did with Overwatch with those.
Who can? My God.
Nobody's got that budget.
I'm just saying that might be what it takes, and that's why it might be such an impossible task.
Yeah.
Like think like how much money and the resources behind League of Legends. Like that, it was not the first. Han Heroes of New Earth was before it and pretty successful and had its flaws, but like Riot came through with the League and was like, we're gonna like they made it seem like it was the most important thing in such a short time. I mean, it was been out for a few years, but like it was impressive how they built up that game. I mean, so like you kept hearing the name League all over the place. I heard Han every now and then. I'm like, okay, Han, this MOBA game, but then like there's nonstop in my face, League, like just pushing it, like you act like you are like the S word, and no profanity on here. Like you are the S, and it's like you were a big deal.
Yes.
And you carry that aura around you and stuff, and you let like gamers buy into that. They're just like, what is this thing? Like everyone's talking about it. Like, you make yourself the big deal.
Right.
And
they were losing money like on the world tournaments where they bought out the stadiums, and they were losing money on those. But it makes you look like a big deal.
Publicity too.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean,
all those crazy trailers, you know, like even more to this point than Overwatch has had. You know, different art styles for each of them.
You have to go broke to become a big deal.
I feel like it takes a combination of those elements, and that's one of the big ones. Especially if you're coming from so late into the game. You just need that. If you don't have that, you should maybe like reconsider, like, do we really want, like, that's why I said, like, you really need to go all in, which means, you know, financially you better be able to put up that money to compete. Otherwise, what are you doing? Like, you're not going to get anywhere with that. So might as well just made it like free to play and go like and a low cost free to play and did like a Hail Mary, hope to caught on, but like no one, that never works anymore. That's like trying to crack the mobile market of some random game at this point.
I think we all expect LawBreakers to go free to play, right?
Yeah.
as a last ditch effort.
Yeah.
Not as a last. This is the next ditch effort.
I mean, sorry.
The next
sorry.
step.
Yes, that's not the last ditch, but like
Yeah.
that is like the sign of a game that's like trying to do something to improve its situation.
Yeah.
Yeah, sorry. It's not the death knell. I shouldn't put it like that.
I'll
Their
say
games have come back from that. and
Probably
then,
a
okay.
reason for that game's failure is the characters. People do not care about these characters at all, and
Yeah.
that's a big part of Overwatch. Is
Yeah.
these characters, and people are falling in love with these characters.
Yeah, Brad, it's insane, but I think they should spend some money on character trailers. And I know that sounds so stupid when people aren't satisfied with all the modes you have in your game yet. There's no team deathmatch yet, which
Yeah.
is coming. But like to spend any money on character trailers, you got to be kidding me. That's such a waste. I think that would be a strong investment in a weird
is.
way.
Yeah.
I don't mean to belittle people who like want to push like the mechanics of their game. Like
Yeah,
that,
absolutely.
Like this goes into making something a phenomenon. You push like why this is such a big deal. You want people who might casually play your game, like they might load it just because like they want to be a part of the sensation. They might not even know what's going on in the game. They're just playing it because like all my friends are playing it. I just want to try it out. Like you put out those trailers that like are like the appealing trailers, like character trailers, like. You want to see people cosplaying your characters before the game even comes out. Like
Yes.
we've revealed these characters. We want
That's the money
Comic-Con
right
to
there.
have like we want to see all of our characters being cosplayed at Comic-Con on like front page of all these like big websites and stuff like that. Like that we want to see that. It's gonna be amazing. Like look at all these Winston, like this elaborate Winston costume, and like, everyone's cosplaying Mercy. It's like here you go. Like we've made it. Like you've made it.
Yeah.
Where's like the LawBreakers huge like cosplay gatherings and stuff like that? Like
Yeah.
that I mean that's enough. They didn't go for that, but like I would argue. You might think that's not a big deal.
It
Like,
sounds insane.
how is that helping our
It
game?
sounds
It's an
irrelevant.
intangible of
Yes.
like this
For
makes
sure.
it a big deal culturally.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it shouldn't be, but like we live in this
yeah, it
era of
sucks.
social media. We live in this era of like just you gotta.
Influencer.
Yeah, I think there's FOMO with video games. I think people play a video game and they feel like they're missing out on more
yeah.
important video games that they should be playing.
I every day I have that little Destiny 2, like, I'm like making a conscious
Me
decision
too,
right now
Jones.
not to play Destiny 2.
Yeah.
And so you go on Twitter for 5 seconds, just like, oh, yeah,
Yeah.
looks like fun. Your light level's what? No, it's cool.
Like think of some of even the mobile games that go big. You at least know what they are. Like the
Pokemon Go.
Oh, not just Pokemon Go. The one of War with Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Mobile Strike.
Mobile Strike. How many times do you hear? I hear that
I
commercial.
do not
and
feel
stuff.
FOMO with Mobile Strike. I gotta be honest.
I mean, that was them trying their best. It's
Yes.
but it's also an argument like that's not the only ingredient to the recipe to
Yeah.
being like super successful.
but
But
you're
like
right. Mobile Strike probably went
it got
broke.
you thinking
Yes.
so much about like,
Yeah,
oh
yeah.
god, it might have made you sick at that point because it was just like go download it and buy it.
Yeah.
It wasn't getting anyone to cosplay as Arnold Schwarzenegger in his like Mobile Strike outfit.
You know what?
But-
I was at a theme park, and the videos they played up on the lines were like, download Mobile Strike right now, and we'll give you some free little currency. And so they were actually trying to target people who are waiting in lines.
Yeah.
yeah.
That was crazy. I
There's
think it
a
was
some
Knott's
mobile game
Berry
called
Farm.
Best Fiends
Yes.
that
You
I've
see that
seen
billboard?
like 40 billboards for.
Yes.
Not just even just the game, but like weird expansions that they've had and stuff. And like
Yeah.
never played the game, never touched it, but like I know about it because
Yeah.
they're just dumping all sorts of
Advertising
crazy
is
dollars
so
into it.
expensive. It's
Yeah.
crazy how expensive it is, but it pays off. And it
gets you to think about it,
Yeah.
and like you're sitting in your car waiting somewhere in the airport one day and you're like want to try something new and it's free to play, like Mobile Strike, yeah, I heard about it, screw it, it's free, all right, I'll go download it. I don't know if it's free, but if it was,
Yeah.
like I'll try it because I hear about it 30,000 times a day.
Yeah.
Like, and it has to take you from there and still be good, but like
I feel like that's what people our age do. People our age who don't listen to this podcast, who aren't like reading about video games all week long, they're absolutely downloading Mobile Strike because it looks like a video game. Either way it's advertised, it does look like a big deal. Absolutely.
that was the point I was getting at. Is like
Yeah.
this goes beyond our industry and our circle
Yes.
of people who follow gaming news. There are people who play video games who do not. Don't listen to this podcast.
Yeah.
Don't go to GAF. Don't go to any gaming site. They just
Yeah.
go to social media and want to see what their friends are playing and what everyone else is telling them to play. That no one's reaching them like from what our circle like that.
Yeah.
That's not how you target them with like the gameplay features video or a live stream of just like going over or a walkthrough or anything like that. They either will see it like they're like some big person, movie star or musician on Twitter says like, hey, just check this out. Like, because they got paid to say it. I checked out Mobile Strike on my phone today. Look what I just did. It's like, 20 million people just saw that like on their social media
Yeah.
on Twitter, and you're gonna do that. Or if we want to stay kind of close to our realms, like you pay the biggest like streamers and stuff, like, hey, like, you know, this person with the #1 channel on Twitch right now is playing this game. I never heard of this. What is this? Oh wow, like 20,000 people are watching it. Okay, this must be good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I mean, you can goose that a little bit. You can encourage streamers to play your game. You can make it beneficial for them to play your game. You can pay them. But like, you can't guarantee it taking off on Twitch.
Oh yeah, no,
that's the hardest thing.
These are just
makes
like
it super
all
hard,
the
yeah.
different things you
Yeah.
gotta like roll the dice on. And it's
Yeah.
like, okay, spend a lot of money on this. Do we spend money on this? Like, but then you also your development team, like you gotta still push those features. You gotta get the coverage in the
Yeah,
game
you gotta
magazines.
get Team Deathmatch
Like,
together still.
do you
That's
see-
gonna
but,
cost
I mean,
money
do
to
you-
develop. It's crazy.
To be fair,
yeah.
do you see like how difficult this is for
Yes.
the people that this is their job?
Oh yeah, this
Like,
is not easy.
It's not like there is no equation. It's just you
Yeah.
can look at what these things are and how they've done for other companies and other games and products and try and mimic them, but you can never mimic success like that pretty much.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the point. You have to find your own way out to look more interesting, to look like your own thing. It's just
Yeah,
it's
and I would
crazy.
argue there's an X factor in all these huge successful games that people can't
Yes.
explain.
Yeah.
There's just something about that
Like
game.
PUBG. You can't explain
It just happens.
It
It's
must
like,
be so
you're just
frustrating
like
for competitors.
you're like, what the heck did you do?
DayZ,
Like, you
all
like,
that
I'm sure
stuff.
someone
Yeah.
who's like that's like strenuously like analyzing. Like, I can't tell you. I cannot tell you what this game does.
Yeah.
And it's like, yeah, it must drive them.
And a lot of times it's a simpler model. You made this really complex game with all these features and modes and stuff you can upgrade, and then somebody comes along and just does half the work, seemingly,
Yeah.
and then gets the huge audience
I mean,
because that was
yeah.
just enough. That was exactly what people wanted. They didn't need all the extra bells and whistles. But how the heck are you gonna know?
Yeah.
Because you thought it was cool and it made sense to you and you enjoyed it, but
sometimes simpler is better though, Kyle.
Yeah.
And Renan.
that's what Blizzard
I
does.
saw-
They come along to like, oh, that genre?
Yeah.
That's how you do that. And you're like, oh, God.
People don't want to have to put up with so many like hurdles to jump through.
Yeah.
What was this image I just saw that someone sent me about UI design? It says UI design is like a joke. If you have to explain it, it's not good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So it's like that mantra. Like it needs to just click. It needs to be simple. And sometimes your reviewers are gonna be like, it needs more depth. And you're like us, thinking of us sometimes. Sometimes like we're reviewing for like quality. That's not what's gonna equal success
Yes.
for a game.
Yeah. It's very true.
Yeah.
Absolutely. That was a fun discussion.
Yeah, good points,
That's
Dominic.
cool. Let's do one more. Here's a good way to start a comment that I'll pick up on. Fresh news.
Oh.
Good. I'm in. I'm hooked. Phil Spencer has been promoted to Executive Vice President of Gaming at Microsoft. The new title comes with a big responsibility bump. Spencer will now report directly to CEO Satya Nadella as a member of his executive leadership team. Prior to the promotion, Spencer reported to Terry Myerson, the executive VP of the Windows and Devices Group, WDG. This decision indicates that Satya Nadella is treating gaming as a much bigger division than Microsoft as a company ever has in the past. What are the panel's thoughts on this big promotion for Phil? Love and respect, Stormcrown.
Congrats.
Good for
Phil.
him.
Yeah.
Yeah, congrats,
Congrats.
dude.
Do you see it that way? Do you see this as Microsoft like thinking gaming is much more important?
Well, this seems like the opposite of an announcement they made a couple years back when I don't know if it was an announcement, but just something they did internally, where they like changed the name of the games division to something that did not sound exciting in the video game space at all. I can't remember. It was like
yeah, and also the
it was like,
studios.
it was like
right after
tech
the Halo
stuff and
television,
maybe
right?
design creative
Right.
stuff, maybe,
And
but mostly tech.
Microsoft Game Studios became Microsoft Studios.
Yeah.
As
Yeah.
well. Yeah. They
So it
removed
just
the
seemed
game
like kind of a weird shakeup that just had the vibe of like, oh no, it sounds like this. They're viewing games as not like interactive entertainment and just kind of like digital stuff. you
Yeah.
know?
But now we
And
have
so this seems like the exact opposite.
we
We're
got
like,
a
no, no.
gamer in the boardroom.
I mean,
Damiani not so okay.
I mean,
all right.
yeah, caring about umbrella term gaming is one thing. I don't know if that equates to what you're thinking of, like, oh, we're going to double down on Xbox or anything like that.
It does mean that.
Are you sure?
Phil Spencer is head of Xbox.
Are you sure that's what it actually means? Like that they're gonna put like
Obviously, I'm not sure. We don't know what they're thinking. Putting him in.
because gaming encompasses mobile, and Microsoft has stake in mobile stuff. They obviously have stake in their software, Windows, and getting games like on Windows platforms and stuff like that. Maybe, yes, he understands how gaming works and he's the right mind for it, but it could be a sign of that they're trying to be more aggressive in a broader sense of attacking gaming for what they feel is the market going forward, which could mean less emphasis on Xbox, more emphasis on their other platforms
Then
and
you
other
would pull
software.
someone else in.
No.
Why would you bring in Phil Spencer
Because
for
he
that?
knows. Because he knows gaming very well,
Yeah.
and he's one of the people elevated to that level with the other people who is it 16 people
Yeah.
about gaming or 16 people just in the
16 people in the board.
Okay, the board. Okay,
Yeah.
so now some of them might know, but there's got to be someone in there from like mobile and stuff, and someone else mobile technology, someone from like their just Windows in general. Like they need someone who knows gaming because it's clear they want to. If they're doing that, it's clear they want to push harder on video games in some capacity.
Yeah.
we don't know what yet.
Yeah.
It could. It could totally be like, hey, Dominic, that rant you had the other day on Xbox, other month on Xbox,
Yeah.
you're completely wrong.
Yeah.
They're gonna have another Xbox. It's all like they're going all in on
planning
it.
it now. They're
Like
planning
that could
that
be
now.
that.
Yeah.
But it could be something else. Like it's not enough information to go on.
Right.
To read what direction they're really gonna go with it.
I think that's fair. I think you
Yeah.
can't read too much in the story to be silly too. But it is an interesting news story, I think.
Yeah, it means that in some capacity they want to continue their future relationship with video games.
Yes.
Like it's not going away anytime soon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Brad, are you surprised by that?
Continue on video games?
To bring Phil Spencer into the
Oh,
boardroom.
no.
To
I
promote
don't
him
think so.
like that.
Like, he's the game guy. He knows it. Mm-hmm. He's proven himself probably to them.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think he's been doing a pretty good job
I
from
think
where they started.
His
to-
tone has shifted in the last couple of years.
Yeah.
And I really enjoy that. I remember there was one specific interview that he had on a balcony at E3 with Keeley, and it was after Sony just crushed him, and he was, or it might have even been the year after that, and so it was a very pointed conversation about like, so what are you
So
doing?
we're talking like 2014, I guess.
Yeah, possibly, and
Okay.
it was an open question about like how are you reacting? You know,
Yeah.
it's not just like what you up to, Phil, but like clearly the ball is in your court right now. What are you doing?
Oh yeah, because it was actually Matrick doing all those interviews 2013. So yeah, it's probably 2014 we're talking about.
And it just his attitude seemed very like, yeah, we need to reevaluate everything about how we're doing and
they did.
and kind of look
Yeah.
at this less of like a big, broad commercial endeavor that we're under and more like we just got to make our, these gamers happy. We just got to provide experiences that they enjoy, try to make those as varied as possible. It's been, and even past all of the cancellations, the Crackdown taking forever and Scalebound getting canceled and, all this stuff that we thought was going to happen. It's either been delayed or just we don't hear about for years and years. I think is kind of you just turn it around and just kind of create a general positivity around the product.
They killed Connect. They're just like, oh, this clearly isn't working.
yeah.
Yeah, maybe they feel he has a better understanding of how to like broker deals with other companies
Yeah.
to like bring in, because as Brandon said, like that the quotes he gave from or the summarizations from the interview about we need to like do what's right for like.
I would not bring in Phil Spencer to help me broker deals.
Listen,
I'm not,
Cal,
you said-
I don't love the deals he's made over the last 2 years.
Okay.
He's had
PlayerUnknown
some great
Battlegrounds
things
is
with Xbox.
pretty good for console. First
Yeah.
console it's coming to outside of PC.
There's a lot of things he
Fun
do.
announcement.
Microsoft might be convinced of that. They might not have put everything on him for the past few years of like what's gone on from the 360 to where they are now with Xbox. At least in that regard,
Yeah.
since he was overseeing that, they might not put that all on him by promoting him. That tells me that's probably not the case. That they actually trust him, and like maybe he wasn't making all the calls on those, and then he might have objected to some of them. The person who might have been calling those like, you weren't right. Phil was right, or we're giving Phil a chance now.
Yeah.
And we're elevating him up just so there's no like power struggle here.
Sure.
He's the one who's in charge. Stop. Like it could also be maybe there was inklings of Phil was like hinting he might want to leave, and this was something like we don't want him to leave. We want to keep him here. What can we offer him? Promote him. Like get him on this. He won't leave after he's on this. Like
Yeah.
this is like a way to secure him.
Obviously, these are blind guesses, but
Oh no, I know.
hear you.
I'm trying
I
to make
hear
them
you,
different,
Yeah.
various different reasons
Yeah.
here. Like that's the thing. Like someone would need to sit down and like talk with him and like read the body language from his answers and stuff. But I mean, I don't know. Like they do need to get things going in terms of like game development and getting like more games exclusive to the Xbox. If they want a future for Xbox, they got some work to do there. They're trying, but they have to do a better job.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But what I would say about his strength as a leader is that he changed the way a brand is perceived, and that is so hard to do. Xbox One was tanking. It was tanking. Everyone hated it. It was a laugh. And to be able to salvage it as he has done is an achievement. And I think that's what I would find interesting as a CEO of Microsoft. I'd be like, let's talk, man, because you're really good at that.
He kind of had Sony on the ropes during E3 talking about cross-platform play, that
Yeah.
he was just totally open to it. And it's like, that's such a great position to take that you don't need to You know, like I wonder how many approvals he had to go through if he in his position before this promotion, where he was like, yeah, I feel comfortable saying that we're totally prepared for that. Let's do it. Cross-platform play. Let's do it.
Yeah.
I think that was. I mean, it's smart on him. It was calculated though.
Yes.
Because Sony's in the position of power to be like, we don't need to cave on this. Like,
yeah,
we will give this 1 point to you. If Microsoft is in the other position, they might be like, oh, crossplay on all of our Microsoft platforms and Windows platforms and stuff. No crossplay with Sony. Like, we don't need that. Like, we're the big dogs. Like, reverse positions, it might be the same case, just different company. Like, it's hard to they're clearly just attacking that because it's something they can attack because it's so obvious.
Yeah.
But they're still being cheeky about it. Did you hear about Fortnite?
Yep.
Yeah, let's get into that for a sec because that was a little dramatic this week. Yeah.
There's just a weird coding issue that just for like a hot second, and
I think it was
of course,
like a weekend. I think
of
it was
course, people
fully-
were like obsessed, like just right on top of it and saw that it had happened. That cross-platform play happened between Xbox One and PlayStation 4 and Fortnite.
And Fortnite in particular.
And then Epic saw the issue and they came in and fixed it.
Yeah.
And I don't know if it was today or yesterday, but Major Nelson tweeted at Fortnite and they were like, well, it's fun while it lasted. It's like,
Yeah.
They're poking.
Phil Spencer in particular tweeted to someone who asked him about
Yep.
it. He said, I wish they kept it on.
Yeah.
I wish they kept it on. Which is strange because right now Fortnite is cross-compatible with PS4 and PC.
yeah.
Completely. And so that's what's the weird thing about it is because like Rocket League, in which I think you can absolutely blame Sony. I think Sony just doesn't want to play with Xbox.
Of course not.
Xbox can play
Or
with PC.
Nintendo.
PS4 can play with PC. But Xbox and PS4 can't play with each other. So it's this weird love triangle where there's just no connection on the top. In the case of Fortnite, though, there's no triangle. The Xbox players are just left out. They can't play with PC players. I don't understand what that deal is, and I wonder if it's a Sony thing.
I mean, it could be. I mean, the funny thing about this Fortnite thing, though, that proves how easy it really... I mean, not easy, how doable. It's not impossible to make the crossplay.
Oh, they had it working.
Yeah, they had it
In some
working.
cases,
Yeah.
you can just get in that code and make it happen.
Any excuse Sony's ever might have given
About
about like
networks,
infrastructure,
yeah.
no. I know they've fallen back onto like protecting the customer experience has been a thing, and then
Yeah.
Microsoft did jump on that as well. It's like, we don't have any problems over here, and
Yeah.
like on our system, we're well moderated over here. Like they're basically gonna throw every excuse they can in the book just to be like why we're not doing it, other than the real reason, which is we're number one, we don't have to play with you.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just like how casually he puts himself out there, and you
Yes.
kind of get a sense that like, yeah, I don't know if really Xbox said that or just Phil said that, you know, and so I like him, taking the hits and being like, hey, if you have questions about this or you don't think that's right, come at me and ask me. Responses to that. Whereas, like,
Yeah.
you think about Nintendo, and it's like, yeah, where's Virtual Console? And it's like, Nintendo's kind of being hush-hush. And just like, yeah, cross-platform, why isn't Sony saying anything? And it's like, well, they, in general, they're not a big fan of it, and they're just going to kind of leave it at that. And Phil's just, getting out
Yeah.
there and saying how he feels. And
Exactly.
being
How
like,
many other-
this isn't the way it is, but I think it should be, and here we are.
How many other executives at Microsoft can you write a tweet to today that will be responded to? That's insane.
Yeah.
How many
I
executives
think
of
it's
any
smart.
video game
In the
company?
position Microsoft is in right now.
Depends how many followers you have.
Yeah, Reggie's not going to respond to my tweets.
No,
He doesn't do it.
probably not.
You can still try, though, Kyle.
That was fun.
How'd you
Sean Layden won't respond to my tweets. I try.
Okay.
I tweet him all the time. Come on.
All right.
Won't respond.
Do you actually tweet them all the time?
Like every week, I would say.
You do?
Yeah, just like
Prove it.
Not.
Kyle's got a goal.
Oh,
What?
yeah.
what?
Look at
Prove
that
it.
smirk.
Prove it.
Yeah,
Look
show
at
us the
that
last
smirk.
tweet to Sean Layden.
Prove it.
Well, I'm not gonna prove it to you. I got my phone in airplane mode.
Caught him. Got him.
I'm proud of you, Brad. I'm proud of you, Brad.
Got him.
By the way, that bit was scripted.
Okay.
I have that right here. Here you go,
right.
Brad. This is the part about Sean Layden. Good stuff. I think that was really
Oh,
funny.
you left Shuhei out.
Look at that.
Yeah, yeah.
You didn't
Look at
say
that.
Because like him, like we actually, you know what, Shuhei, you actually can talk to.
Yeah.
Shuhei, I could write a tweet to right now.
Yeah. Yeah, he doesn't he like you?
He does.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah.
She was a
Cool.
dreamboat.
Yeah. A dreamboat is that what
Oh,
you
yeah.
said? Oh, wow.
Well, I'm head over heels with Shoe.
Head over heels with Shu. Time for bets. Next week's bet, we are betting on SteamWorld Dig 2, which came out today on the Switch. Today on the 21st.
Correct.
On PC, the 22nd, which is the day that this podcast goes live, and September 26th on the PlayStation 4 and Vita. So yeah,
Vita?
Vita.
Whoa, cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So our bet is on the PS4 version because that is the one in the future. What will the PlayStation 4 download size for SteamWorld Dig 2 be, Brandon Jones?
11 gigs, a little high.
That's huge,
High?
Jones.
Yeah, it's high, right?
Oh, that's
I was
huge.
thinking 8, but then I went 11, and I
Michael
just I don't know.
Damiani.
I don't know what's wrong with me.
5 gigs.
Bradley Ellis.
10 gigs.
Oh, whoa.
you
Okay, we
blocked
got a
me
shot. I did 4.9 gigs.
No, dang it.
Just to be clear, we do these in secret. I did not know
That's
Damiani.
fascinating.
Gonna do
super
5.1.
funny.
Undercutting back and forth
Wow.
there.
That is a nasty
Oh.
undercut. We don't have a Don bet. Don was not with us this evening.
We don't have a bet.
We don't have a
Oh,
bet
yeah,
bet.
explain that.
So, I pre-ordered Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite, which was the subject of last week's bet. Didn't receive it by the time I left my house today, and totally forgot to tell Ben to bring it.
Amazon?
Amazon, yeah.
Dude, they
Amazon
slip sometimes, man.
Yeah, it would have been nice.
Best
It would have been nice to have
Buy,
this morning.
GCU.
Yeah. But yeah, you're right. It's for that discount. But anyway, we were not able to test how long we would survive in a random match, and so we have 2 bets to settle next week. We have
Thankfully,
two.
it's not a timely bet.
It is
you
not a
know?
timely
It's
bet.
not like something that we're gonna find out tomorrow because of
Yeah,
it's gonna.
we can do
We'll
that
see
at
what
any
the
point.
file size is or whatever.
Yeah. So, yeah, we have no winners nor losers this week. I guess I'm the loser.
Yay.
I'll take the loss. So our score is still at Purple Platypi 16. Ooh, best in the biz. Red Eagles 20.
Nice.
Thank you. Brad,
Yes.
how did you do with your goal this week of not using a single swear word?
Nailed it.
Yeah,
Nailed it.
proud of you.
Yeah. We didn't get you that inflamed, though. I really want to get you upset about something to
Yeah.
try to draw it out.
Should have gone after Overwatch.
Yeah.
No, I mean, I can handle that.
Yeah. Should have gone.
You go after 5 by 7. I'm flipping this table.
Yeah, it
You can
was
also follow the
7.
passion too. You can
Yeah.
just get them all psyched up about
And
something.
you start talking about Star Wars prequels, I'm going to get
Yeah, we
heated.
almost went
Yeah.
there.
We did a little Cypher Diaz talk. Michael Damiani
If he does a trademark sign off, he's gonna be in trouble.
has
Hey!
his goal of not finishing his drink has been achieved. We got a little for listeners.
For
They
listeners.
love that.
A little slosh. Give me the
solid,
slosh.
solid Mike.
Brennan Jones, I see a little bit of candy corn still at the tip of this table.
Oh yeah.
No, Jones. No.
Oh, gross, dude.
That's wrong, Jones. We can't give you credit for that.
Look at that look of satisfaction. Oh, man, I can taste it. It's bad.
Oh.
I managed not to do any hacky improv this week. I feel good about that. So
You
yeah.
still did a bit, though.
What bit?
It was scripted though.
Scripted bits. Scripted bits are fine.
I
Burned them all
guess.
in the liquor store.
How far do I want to go with this?
How far? Brad, do you really want to step into my bit
Oh,
right
no,
now?
dude, I'm
do you
walking
want to
out.
step into my bit?
I walked in and I see what's going
no.
on, and I'm turning around. I'm turning around.
The walk in, walk
Yeah.
out gift.
The bit trap.
Yeah.
This is a bit.
Yeah, I'm out of here.
That's bit.
Let us promote Easy Allies for a second, shall we?
Yeah.
Easy Allies is a group of video game fans, but I'd also say professionals, video game professional
Enthusiasts.
journalists.
We're professional at
enthusiasts.
something. We may
Yeah.
not have figured out what that is yet.
We
but
do things. We make videos.
Yeah.
Easy Allies makes videos and streams, and we love video games. We make podcasts like this one, but also others. We have Frame Trap, where we just talk about games in particular and the games we've been playing and how much we love those or hate those in some cases. We have reviews.
Sometimes we build Gundams.
Sometimes we build Gundams as we stream, very chilled out, very professional with the reviews. We run the gamut.
Yes.
So many videos, so much video content to consume. Please check out easyallies.com to see all the videos that I'm talking about. To see, because it's way easier to just click on a video than it is for me to describe it. But yeah, if you want silly stuff, it's there. If you want serious stuff, it's there. It's all there on easyallies.com. And also our schedule is there, which I always like to promote because that is actually handy. It's not so much a promotion as it is a PDA. There's an entire, all of our show schedule, all of our stream schedule is there in your time zone. So instead of me saying 6 p.m. Pacific time, which doesn't matter to you, you don't care what Pacific time is, just go to easyeyes.com. It's all there in whatever time zone you belong to. And patreon.com/easyeyes to see how you might be able to help out the Easy Allies, to patronize us. The people who listen to this podcast a day early are members of patreon.com/easyeyes who give us $5 or more a month. And so, yeah, I think that's the full promotion.
Great.
I think I got through that.
You did it.
I liked it.
Yeah. Did you like it, Jones?
I
Let's
did.
be honest.
No,
Let's
it
be
was a
real.
good one. I liked it. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, it's not scripted. You know, it's off the dome.
Yeah. That was off the dome.
That was improvised. Just that one part.
Do you think I should write something up and kind of like plow through it with
I do
more
not.
enthusiasm?
I do
Why?
not.
Because I think it'd be so good if I did. I think I'd have like the copy down and be exciting.
Well, to me, if it's just the same thing every time, that's not.
Yeah, you would
exciting.
tune out.
A little too corporate.
Yeah. I think people are looking for me to slip up. They're like, is he going to use a swear
Because
word
it is
this time?
so unusual. Because we used to be, spoiler alert, we used to be GameTrailers.com, and so there's so
That
many
is a spoiler?
spoilers. Yeah,
You were
remember?
saving that for the finale?
Oh yeah.
We were GameTrailers.com.
I think we are discovering every day what Easy Allies is.
Yeah.
We kind of surprise ourselves with like, oh, we can do that, and the audience likes it. Cool. And so
Yeah.
I like these opportunities to be like, what are we? Like how can we sell ourselves today? Has it changed? You know? And, what are our goals? Where do we want to go?
Yeah. Where do you want to go?
To sleep at this point.
Yeah. I hear you. I see it. I see it in your eyes. Jones, I think we should let Damiani and Brad have all the stuff because I messed up the bet.
I
this
would
week.
love the trademark sign off.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
You want the sign off
I
this
would.
week?
I would like it this week.
Okay.
Give it to Jones.
Okay, Jones,
And
you can have it.
There's
I
only,
think
there's
I
only
would-
one video you should be promoting.
I would like
now.
Brad to promote a video.
Okay, so
Yeah.
Brad will do the
Oh,
promotion.
yeah.
Wink, nudge,
Definitely,
nudge.
yes.
All right,
And,
and
that
so
Damiani final word is
Damiani
their
gets
choice.
a final word,
Yeah.
and then who gets the Twitter handle? Let's just do at Easy
You get the
Allies.
Twitter handle.
Let's do at Easy
Yeah,
Allies.
There we go. Yeah.
Easy Allies has been neglected.
Yeah,
We
yeah.
gotta give
Yeah.
some Easy Allies love.
Yep, Easy Allies has a Twitter account. Go there to like that's the best place to tweet something angry too, because it's not in any of us individually. If you hate something we did on a given week, tweet it at Easy Allies. Dump it there. None of us will take it personally. It'll be really like just do that. That's my Twitter plug.
Right.
Nice.
Okay. Brad, promote a video for us. An Easy Allies video.
So this is a project I've been working on over the last year. A really special project to me. It's a series that got me into game trailers and made me kind of want to be a part of video games. So
Yes.
the fact that I get to bring something that I love to the table is really special to me. And that's the Souls retrospective. After a long time of work, part 1 is finally out. Thank you, Brandon, for cutting that. I know it's a nightmare. Thank you, Bloworth, for editing my scripts, which I also know is a nightmare. Appreciate it. But yeah, I'm super proud of this. Took me a long time. I think it's gonna be 5 parts. First part's out. It'll be available to watch now by the time you're watching this for everybody. So you can check that on youtube.com/easyallies. Part 2's coming, so settle in for that.
Am I gonna have to wait another year for part 2?
No.
No.
Nope.
Sooner than a year.
Sooner than a year.
Okay.
Longer than a day.
Longer than a day. So it's coming. So I hope you all enjoy it out there. Worked real hard on it.
Cool.
Lost a lot of sleep.
So is this like a 5-minute video?
No, this isn't. The first part is over 18 minutes long, and I believe it'll be the shortest part of all of them.
Oh, so this is a series.
Yeah,
Part
5
2 is
parts.
longer. Confirmed.
5
Definitely.
parts.
Jo-
Just wait
Jones
till
is
part 3 and 4.
currently editing it, yeah.
Wait for part 3 and 4, buddy. Settle in on those.
But part 5 we can coast on. Part 5
No,
not too
part
bad?
5's pretty beefy too.
Oh boy, poor Jones.
I got a little beefy at the end, dude.
Good. Yeah.
Yeah.
Finale.
Yeah.
Yeah. Can't wait.
Yeah, that's really Brad. That's cool. It's cool to have
Yeah.
a retrospective coming. It's cool to pay off on that.
Now I could do reviews again.
And Brad can finally write a review again.
Yeah.
Yeah. Michael Damiani, what is the final word?
I'm really upset we didn't play the logo game.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
Do you want to play it? Do you want to play the logo game?
Went over my head until second too late. And I was like, oh.
Okay.
I feel that would be
Thanks.
disrespectful to podcast halftime.
No,
you know?
no,
It's
no,
like,
no, no. We're
No.
doing it. We're
just
doing it.
reneging podcast halftime now.
Here we go. We're playing You Go, new logo, or No, go with the old logo. Brad,
Yes.
Insomniac.
Yes.
You Go, new logo, or No, go
Do you
with
have
the
a
old
picture
logo?
of it?
I don't.
I saw it briefly. This is
this
a
is-
bad game without a
Yeah.
picture.
All right, pull it up, Jones. Pull it up. Insomniac, new logo. The old one is a moon.
I like the old one. I
They've
like
used
the old
that
one.
Since
old one was
basically
cool.
the Spyro days.
That's a good logo.
Yes. Listeners, the old logo is, I would say, more stylistic. It's kind of a thin font. The O is a big old moon. The new font is angular, I would say. It's sleek. It doesn't have the wild lines of the old Insomniac logo. Jones trying his hardest to pull it up right now. Gotta be honest,
just gotta go to like.
taking longer than I expected he would.
Image is just super small.
Well,
But
maybe-
I think what it says when Insomniac, there it is. There it is.
Oh, no.
Whoa.
No.
No, go with the old logo?
I like the old logo more.
Okay, Damiani.
old logo has personality.
Yeah.
It's playful. The old logo's playful, and Insomniac's a playful company to me. All their games are
Not
playful
anymore.
in a
See,
sense.
the thing, what the new logo says to me is we make Spider-Man.
Because Spider-Man's not playful at all.
Yeah. No, that's what. No, it's not. It's like we make a serious AAA game.
You gotta grow up.
Yeah. The Insomniac who made Sunset Overdrive, they're dead now.
It's no.
That's,
you
what,
remember,
that's what that logo says to me.
Fuse.
Yeah.
That's the Fuse
yeah,
logo.
they're dead now. Wait, you said the new one? I'm kind of like you. Go new logo.
Okay.
Okay.
I really like it.
Okay. Cool.
Damiani, the whole idea of this bit is that it's dumb to have a conversation about a logo.
That's cool because I have the final word. I get to say it's cool and it
Yeah.
stays.
Okay. It stays. Final word. That segment will stay. We'll do
No,
it.
no, no. I'm talking about the logo. The old logo.
Okay,
is
gotcha.
definitely the better logo.
I see. Brandon Jones, your trademark sign off.
You are the S. I am enjoying these microtransactions.